Ladies and gentlemen, you remember a couple days ago we did a video on Steve Blum. Well, folks, he's at it again. More stupidity, doubling down on willful ignorance. But you know what? I could sit here and talk about it, but instead I'd rather show you. I have the cover of a book I found in the public library when I was there with my son the other day that I want to talk about, the book in general. So let's go. Here we are, Steve Blum doubling down.
Following announcement
Has been paid for by the new Wakuian Order. ETEP here. I know you've been asking for it, so we've got it. You want that new Wakuian Order merchandise? Here it is. T-shirts, mugs, towels, hoodies. It is all there. Tote bags, ladies and gentlemen. And if the new Wakuian Order's not your thing, well, we've got something for that too. We've got the old school Going In Raw, the Place to Be Reviews Egyptian logo. We've got the ETEP and mini ETEP shirt. We've got tank tops. Monday night Going In Raw, no protection required. We've got leggings. Ladies and gentlemen, it's there if you want it. If not, just subscribe. It's free. It always will be. Thank you very much. Voice actor Steve Blum doubles down on support for Disney's reparations call, exposes own ignorance regarding current state of political activism. This article by Spencer Bakuli, this dropped yesterday. Spencer wrote the initial article on Steve, which we covered a couple days ago. And in the process of doubling down, he exposed his own ignorance regarding the full extent of the concepts being pushed by his ideological allies. Never a good thing to side with ideologues who are extremists. As previously reported, the man behind such iconic English voice roles as Cowboy Bebop's Spike Spiegel, Naruto's Orochimaru, and Marvel's Wolverine across various media threw his hat in the debate on reparations in response to a recent episode of the company's Disney Plus exclusive revival, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, which basically just means racist. But that show is allowed to have blatantly anti-white rhetoric because equity. Therein, Penny and her friends perform a slam poetry number calling for black people to receive some sort of payment from the United States government as an apology for being their victims of the once legal practice of chattel slavery. Let's watch a couple seconds of this clip here. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for some of the clip, folks? Here's what we have. This is a children's show, mind you.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Till this land from sea to sea to sea. First there was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. We were its soldiers, 4 million strong, fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded with.
Oh my God, I can't. Shit propaganda. Yeah, let's just actively be all right with hating white people, because you can't be racist against white people because white people designed the system. What a child. Hello, this is a child's argument. Replying to Twitter user End Wokeness opinion that the segment was blatant anti-white propaganda, we'll just refer to Blum as stupid from here on forward. Stupid combatively asserted in a February tweet, "I'm white and a voice actor who will probably never work on this show for the most excellent of reasons. Your tweet is blatantly racist. Your anti-woke rhetoric is dangerous and divisive," he added. "I full-throatedly support Disney Plus, the Proud Family, and my colleagues for doing this." Yeah, Steve Blum full-throatedly supports this anti-white racism, even though he's white, because he's a cuck and he's a Marxist, and he'd rather see the whole thing burned to the ground in the name of anti-racism than function properly. In light of his disingenuous attack, Stupid's response would subsequently go on to be covered by Bounding into Comics on February 13th, with site editor and this article's author, Spencer Bakuli, recapping the full exchange and its context to the site's readers in a piece, and we covered that. Prolific voice actor Steve Blum endorses the Proud Family Louder and Prouder reparations call says anti-woke rhetoric is dangerous and divisive. This article will draw a number of critical replies from readers, with many disappointed that the individuals responsible for bringing to life many of their favorite characters would do so happily in buying into such divisive rhetoric. One such reader was Twitter user Fenrir the Ice Wolf, who retweeted Bounding Into Comics tweet sharing the article in question and lamented, sigh, and just like that, another one turns to shit in my eyes.
That is one big pile of shit.
Fenrir the Ice Wolf One's tweet would soon draw an agreeing response from fellow Twitter user Chris Chanboy2, who opined, "How can a guy voice so many of my favorites yet be so cucked? My life is a lie." Deciding for an unspecified reason to reply to this exchange out of dozens generated by Bounding Into Comics' initial tweet, Stupid then interjected to defensively swing, "Teaching actual history so evil is not repeated is cucked. So you support the ignorance and hate fueled by book banning? What's the MAGA buzzword for that?"
You serious?
As you can see here, Stupid clearly has stage 6 TDS, lives in his head rent-free. Everything is related to the ills of society are all related to the bad, evil orange man who wanted to make your 401k better, lower your taxes, and make you feel less pain at the gas pump, the grocery store, pretty much strengthen our borders. But hey, you know, we can't have mean tweets, right? People like Stupid need to feel safe in their safe space on Twitter so they can go and shout their propaganda into the echo chamber and hear the echo chamber yell back. That's not how reality works, and Stupid was so far off base with his response. It is just telling of these people and their mainline argument. Everything that you say against them means you support Donald Trump, which makes no sense. It is literally the child's guide to arguing that everybody that disagrees with you is literally Hitler. This is how stupid these Marxists are. Taken aback by his accosting, Chris Chanboy2 replied, "I didn't mention books, but since you did, when it comes to things like this, being in effing grade schools, yes, I'm okay with book banning." Alongside his tweet, Chris Chanboy2 shared an excerpt from Maya Kobabe's graphic novel Genderqueer, a memoir, a book regularly stocked in grade school libraries and recommended to children, wherein Kobabe offers an explicit language-refilled account of their first sexual experience with a and we're not going to show any images from this because it is vulgar, it is disgusting. If that was in my child's library, I would come unglued. But Stupid responded, offering one final comment on the situation before exiting the conversation. Stupid declared, "I wouldn't want my young kids reading anything explicitly sexual. Orientation doesn't matter," he concluded. "We're talking about whitewashing history." And Stupid didn't understand the correlation because he is ignorant. And he is nothing but a sycophant, a hive mind member of the collective, only fed the information that he needs to regurgitate onto the world at the approval of his overlords.
Does he look like a bitch?
What do you guys think of Stupid doubling down here and just supporting more garbage rhetoric and not even understanding the entire scope of the political climate when it comes to books and why some of the books parents and political leaders want them removed from schools because kids don't need to be exposed to that level of depravity, just the same as they don't need to see grown men in drag and put money in their G-strings. No, drag shows are not a place for kids. If you want to go watch it as an adult, that's fine. Children, no, don't need to be there. It's not family entertainment. You're sick. You're grooming kids, and it's disgusting when you're doing that. The same thing with that book. Steve Blum, his doubling down on calls for reparations, just more smooth-brainedness from Stupid. This is Anti-Racist Baby, which I happened across when I was in the children's section of the library with my son getting some books yesterday. We found this pile of shit on the shelf, and I was wondering what kind of smooth-brained, Marxist, leftist, racist garbage, what kind of idiot Marxist would show this to their child and say this is an acceptable ideological point to push on my kids at an early age and brainwash them with it. You talk about people on the right brainwashing kids into racist ideological views. This is it right here, and it's done under the guise of being anti-racist. You don't need to be anti-racist. Just don't be racist. That's what you need to do to be a good person. Folks, leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of this article? What do you think of Stupid, a.k.a. Steve Blum, doubling down, being a moron? Let me know. Subscribe if you're just subscribe. Not if you're so inclined. Just subscribe. We get enough traffic through here. Just subscribe to the channel. It's free. It always will be. It takes no time at all. And you will not regret it because I am one of the hardest working YouTubers you will ever see. I'm Infinitale from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Self-high five.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all.
This doesn't bode well.
You're lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.